It's our pleasure having you for this week's edition of the news in Africa and the world. To begin, Botswana's capital city, Gaborone, has returned to a total lockdown following a surge in the number of COVID-19 cases. As announced by the Director of Health Services, the city will reinstate its strict containment measures until further notice. According to information released during the delivery of this report, 4 new imported cases were recorded at its borders and 8 at a private hospital in Gaborone, bringing cumulative cases to 60. The health director added that police will resume patrols, which is already effective to help contain the spread of the virus. Most economic activities had resumed as the diamond-rich country emerged from a 7-week lockdown that ended on May 21. The former lockdown severely hit the country, with gross domestic product seen contracting to 13% this year, while the budget deficit could be more than double. The country has recorded only 1 COVID-19 death. To help combat the coronavirus in Africa, the North African country Morocco has sent COVID-19 medical supplies to 15 African countries, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced on Sunday in a statement. Instructed by the Moroccan King Mohammed VI, the medical supplies are comprised of 8 million face masks, 900,000 visors, 600,000 hygiene caps, 60,000 medical coats, 30,000 liters of hydroalcoholic gel. It also had additional 75,000 packs of chloroquine and 15 packs of azithromycin, 2 drugs used for the treatment of COVID-19. The aid meant for 15 countries includes Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, Niger, Zambia, Tanzania, and so on. This comes as part of an African initiative to fight COVID-19, which was proposed by Morocco in April 14, based on the establishment of an operational framework for African countries to curb the pandemic. In Mali, the President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta has reached out to the movement led by Imam Mahmoud Dicko, who demands his resignation, through a message he delivered to the people on June 14. In his words, he said, "I have followed carefully the recent event that has taken place in our country. I heard the angers and the cries, I heard the demands and the calls. The Malian head of state intends to meet with the parties and associations that are members of the June 5th movement who are demanding his resignation." He said his role is to anticipate patterns of violent confrontation, what will not make anyone happy, reason why he calls for dialogue. The movement plans for another demonstrations this Friday. With this outing, President Ibeka is open to listen to the Malian people and possibly come to a term of agreement with those who gave him the power. Out of the African continent, as France enters the green zone lower risk state against COVID-19 this Monday, President Emmanuel Macron hailed a first victory against the coronavirus pandemic and vows to prop up the economy and health system. In a televised address, Macron announced that the whole of mainland France is now in the lower state of alert, meaning that cafes and restaurants in the capital can open in full and not just in terraces. He urged the people to respect social distancing rules and learn how to live with the novel coronavirus, which has so far affected over 157,000 people and killed more than 29,000 people in the country. In the light of anti-racist rallies in France in solidarity with George Floyd, an African American, the French leader vowed that France would be uncompromising in its fight against racism, but will not try to erase elements of history or take down statues of controversial public figures. Still in France, Belgium, Greece are among many European countries reopening their borders this Monday to fellow European travelers to revive their tourist industries. As of today, several EU countries are reopening their internal borders so that citizens can travel. First, that will be Germany, joined by Switzerland, Belgium, France, Iceland, and Croatia. They join Italy and Poland, who had already been doing for a few days already. Travelers from Spain and the United Kingdom will still be required to self-isolate for 14 days in parallel with current regulations in the two countries. As internal borders within the EU are being opened, the European Commission wants to go further to the start of next month to opening up external borders. And in Russia, a new cathedral outside Moscow dedicated to the Russian armed forces has been consecrated. The ceremony was attended by the country's top military brass and soldiers wearing World War II era uniforms. The opening, which was originally planned for May 9, the 75th anniversary of Victory Day, was postponed due to COVID-19. During the consecration led by Russia's Orthodox Patriarch Kirill, he said, while they remember the feats of their soldiers, they pray the Lord protect their country from external and internal enemies. The cathedral's 6 golden domes are dedicated to the patron saint of each branch of the armed forces of Russia. The monument is, however, causing unease among many Russians who say it shows more devotion to military leaders and not the religion. That was it for today's edition. Thank you very much for watching the news. Stay tuned for programs continue. Until we meet again, do take care and stay safe.